I think the best way for someone to start writing science fiction is to know a lot about what went before. It is tougher because as time goes on, there are more and more books and short stories to read. But knowing what other people have done is often a good jumping off point. And you can look at an idea, a science fictional idea from the past that didn't work because new discoveries have made it obsolete. But we can also say, well, if there aren't humanoid aliens on Mars or Venus, there might be some other kind of alien around Mars. There might be a gas-based life form. Or, of course, we can speculate on different planets and think about if the planet was shaped in a certain way and designed in a certain way, what kind of animals, including sentient creatures, might develop from that. But seeing what someone else has already done with it can be a good way to see another way forward. And I strongly recommend people doing that. And I'd like to mention that we have a lot of people now whose experience with science fiction and fantasy is almost all based on Hollywood. And it's not necessarily bad, but in some cases they do reinvent the wheel, so that doesn't do much for them. And in some cases there's also just a lack of knowledge that can disappoint readers. One example, this is on the fantasy side, but there was a panel where people were talking about writing about vampires and werewolves and sort of thing. And one guy said he was the first author to explain the difference in mass and weight. That is, a human turns into a wolf and turns back again. They don't weigh the same amount. It's not the same number of atoms. But some of us know that an author named James Blish solved the same thing in the 1950s. And so when this person says, well, he's the first, he loses some credibility with me. He hasn't read in his own field as much as I have. And so that's not a good way for a new writer to go.